Hey everybody, here we are for story time. I am Sunny and this is AJ and we're going to introduce you to our stuffed animals. Yeah. This is Sparklezard,
Pikachu, and Ivysaur.
All right, and they are going to read with us because stuffed animals love stories. So if you guys have a stuffed animal, then you're set and you can count with us. But if you don't have a stuffed animal, we're all going to count to 10 and give you a minute to go get them, okay? Are you ready? You ready, AJ? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now everybody get your stuffies and get comfy. We've got 3 books today. First of all, since it's the Friday before Easter, we have our last Easter book of the week. It's called Chicks versus Bunnies.
But the day after tomorrow is Easter.
She's very serious about this. The book is called Chicks versus Bunnies, and if you've ever seen the movie Hop, you will recognize the characters in this. We're going to watch Hop tonight, aren't we, AJ?
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicks versus Bunnies. See, from the movie Hop.
I don't remember this.
You'll remember it when you see it. You might not remember the book, but you'll remember the movie later. Okay.
I don't remember the movie already.
Deep underneath Easter Island, there is a secret workshop and factory where hundreds of fluffy yellow chicks and furry bunnies work for the Easter Bunny. They craft all the wonderful things that go into the Easter baskets and then deliver them around the world.
No, that's not how they actually do it. The Easter Bunny does it?
The Easter Bunny is getting ready to retire. He wants his son, E.B., to claim the Egg of Destiny. But E.B.'s dream is to become a drummer. When E.B. runs away from home to avoid taking the top job right before Easter, the Easter Bunny doesn't know what to do. But a chick named Carlos does. He hatches a plan to take the job himself. We're going to have to take matters into our own hands, Carlos tells his friend Phil. Phil lifts a wing in the air. We don't have hands, he says. Carlos shakes his head. It's a figure of speech, Phil. Too long have we labored under the yoke of the bunny's tyranny. No more. It is time for the Easter chicks to rise. Phil claps with glee while Carlos makes a loud announcement that echoes through the factory. All bunnies, report to the Easter egg painting room now. It's a trick. After the bunny workers pile into the room, Carlos and Phil slam the door shut and lock it. The bunnies are trapped. Then Carlos signals the other chicks to circle the Easter Bunny. In a flash of white and pink, 3 rabbits swoop in and form a wall around the Easter Bunny. They are the Easter Bunny's top secret strike force, skilled in all forms of combat. They are called the Pink Berets. The Pink Berets look fierce. They will protect the Easter Bunny at all costs. They sniff at Carlos and dare him to come closer. Carlos holds out a wing, and Phil hands him a large nozzle attached to a hose. Carlos takes aim and shoots liquid chocolate all over the Pink Berets. The chocolate quickly hardens and freezes the Pink Berets in place. Oh, that would be sticky. The Easter Bunny can't believe what's happening. Carlos, you've been my trusted number 2 for years, he cries. I don't understand. I am sick of doing number 2, Carlos chirps. You will pick up the Egg of Destiny and crown me the Easter chick. I will do no such thing, the Easter Bunny shouts. Seize him, Carlos orders the chicks. Uh-oh, exactly. The chicks tie up the Easter Bunny and suspend him on a crane over a boiling vat of pink Easter egg dye. I'm saving the world from the chocolate bunnies and jelly beans. No more candy, shouts Carlos. From now on, it's chick-shaped crackers, lattice cups, and wonderful balls of hardened soy filled with bird seed. All the other chicks cheer and say, Yum! Tonight, says Carlos, the bunny's reign is over. He flips a lever and the crane starts to lower the Easter Bunny toward the boiling dye. Suddenly, there is a loud screech, and the Easter Bunny bounces into the air and the crane stops moving. Now what? Asks Carlos. He looks at the switch and sees E.B. He has come back to save his dad. Right behind him are the pink berets, who are aiming marshmallows right at the chicks. They broke out of their chocolate shells by using the karate moves. Karate move, karate move, karate move. The bunnies attack. The pink berets hit Carlos with marshmallows while E.B. licks lollipops and throws them at the chicks. The sticky candy stops them in their tracks. Aw, jeepers, now I want a marshmallow.
I want a lollipop.
E.B. moves to get his dad down, but stops when a squirt of chocolate splats in front of him. I'm gonna kick your cottontail, Carlos chirps. He fires more liquid chocolate. E.B. hops all around the factory to escape globs of sweet goo. Then he jumps up behind one of the machines. Show yourself, Rabbit, calls Carlos. I'm here. E.B. pops out near the crank of the giant gumball machine. The chick fires his blaster and a stream of chocolate hits the crank, spilling all the gumballs right onto his feathered head. Bonk, 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 bonk. E.B. hops over to rescue his dad. Then he turns to all the chicks in the factory. We can keep fighting, or we can bring happiness to the children all over the world, he tells them. What will it be? Carlos shakes off the gumballs and nods. You heard the man. Get to work. The other chicks cheer. Carlos unlocks the door to the egg painting room and releases the bunnies. Sorry about that, he tells them. All of them work happily together, loading the Easter baskets onto the sleigh in the nick of time. Happy Easter. Phew, I'm glad that turned out good. And there used to be little egg holders in the back of this book when we got it, but that was a very long time ago. So that was the end of that book. I'm glad everybody got along in the end, but that was quite an adventure, wasn't it? AJ, so eager to get to the next book all the time. Was that a good one? Would you like it if the chicks took over Easter and we had to eat birdseed balls? Ugh, it does not sound good to me at all.
I wouldn't even eat scorpions.
Oh, me neither. Strange one.
I was kidding.
All right, let's move on to our next book. It's called Biscuit Finds a Friend. There's lots of Biscuit books, and these are called I Can Read books, so they're very simple, but they're ones that you guys can learn to read yourselves. Biscuit finds a friend. Oh, let's see here. Woof, woof. What has Biscuit found? Is it a ball? Woof. Is it a bone? Woof. Can you woof? Woof. Can you guys woof like Biscuit? Woof, woof. Quack. It is a little duck. The little duck is lost. Woof, woof. Poor little duck. We will bring the little duck back to the pond. Woof, woof. Biscuit is so cute, isn't he? Mm-hmm. Here, little duck, here is the pond. Here are your mother and your father. Quack. Let's quack like the little duck. Quack, 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 quack. Here are your brothers and your sisters. Quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. The ducks say thank you. Thank you for finding the little duck. They were probably really worried about him, huh? Quack. The little duck wants to play. Quack, woof. Quack, woof. Splash. Biscuit fell into the pond. Silly Biscuit, you are all wet.
You can still play in the pond.
Yeah, doggies like water. Woof. Oh no, Biscuit, not a big shake. Let's all shake like a wet dog. Woof. Time to go home, Biscuit. His owner probably thinks that's funny. Oops, you okay? Quack, quack. Say goodbye, Biscuit. Woof, woof. Goodbye, little duck. Biscuit has found a new friend. The end. Look, the little duck's following Biscuit home. Oh, I love little ducklings. They feel like little baby sponges.
I never touched one before. I don't remember.
Well, you've seen them, but I don't think you've touched them before. They're pretty cool. Oh, are you ready for the next book?
Yeah.
I bet everybody knows this story. It's Little Red Riding Hood. I gotta tell you guys something. AJ really likes stories with big bad wolves in them. Like a lot. Do you love big bad wolves? I think you do.
I think I love Pokemon more.
I think you love Pokemon more. We don't have any Pokemon storybooks, do we?
Kind of.
Kind of, but not really.
I only have one.
Only one. All right, let's read Little Red Riding Hood. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Okay. Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who lived with her mommy in a cottage at the edge of a big forest. Whenever the little girl went outside to play, she wore a beautiful red cloak that her grandma had made her. It had a big red hood, and everyone called the girl Little Red Riding Hood. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mommy asked her to take a basket of food to her grandma. Grandma isn't feeling well, Mommy explained, and I'm sure she'd love to see you. But remember, don't talk to any strangers along the way. That's good advice, isn't it? Soon after, Little Red Riding Hood set off and she saw some beautiful blue flowers. As she bent down to pick up a handful for Grandma, she didn't realize someone else was in the forest. Hello, little girl, said a deep, growly voice. Little Red Riding Hood jumped with fright. Who is it, guys? Who is it, AJ?
Wolf.
The wolf. The big bad wolf peered out from behind one of the trees. Oh, hello, replied Little Red Riding Hood, smiling back at the wolf. She had already forgotten her mommy's warning. Where are you going? Cried the wolf. I'm visiting my sick grandma who lives on the other side of the forest, said Little Red Riding Hood. Ah, what a kind girl you are, smiled the wolf, showing off his razor-sharp teeth. Just then, the wolf's tummy gave a loud, rumbly grumble. What was that? Asked Little Red Riding Hood. Just some thunder over the hills, said the sneaky, hungry wolf. And she ran away as fast as she could to Grandma's cottage.
What did she win again? Because she said the lightning.
The hungry wolf peered through Grandma's window and saw only an old lady in the bed. With a loud howl, ow! The wolf dashed into the cottage and gobbled up Grandma in one big gulp.
I remember this story.
Then the wolf put on Grandma's spare nightcap and glasses, wriggled into her bed, and pulled the quilt up to his chin. Now all he had to do was wait for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. Sneaky. When Little Red Riding Hood reached the cottage, she was surprised to find the front door wide open. Grandma, she called, are you there? I'm in the bedroom, replied the wolf in a high-pitched, wobbly voice. Little Red Riding Hood went into the bedroom and gasped in surprise when she saw her grandma. She looked sort of different. What big eyes you have, Grandma, she said as she went over to the bed. All the better for seeing you with, the wolf replied in the same wobbly voice. Grandma, what big ears you have, Little Red Riding Hood added, moving closer. All the better for hearing you with, said the wolf with a toothy grin. My, what big teeth you have, Grandma, stuttered Little Red Riding Hood. All the better for eating you with, said the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood screamed and tried to run away, but the hungry wolf was too fast. He leapt out of bed and gobbled her up in a single greedy gulp.
Yes, I remember this one.
I bet you do. A passing woodcutter had heard Little Red Riding Hood scream and came running into the cottage. When he saw the wolf's enormous belly, he guessed what had happened. He picked up the wolf and he shook him really hard, and Little Red Riding Hood and Grandma flew right out of the wolf's mouth. Luckily, they weren't hurt, but they were very cross.
What does that mean?
Grumpy, they were mad. Look at them. I'd be mad too if a wolf tried to eat me.
It was kind of funny.
Grandma, Little Red Riding Hood, and the woodcutter chased the wolf into the forest and over the hill. The embarrassed wolf never came back, and Little Red Riding Hood never spoke to strangers again. The end.
That was funny.
Now, you know the other day we talked about how there's a bunch of different versions of the Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf? Well, there's a lot of different versions of this one too. In some of them, they don't get eaten at all. In some of them, the woodcutter doesn't come to save them. In some of them, there's extra things that happen in the story. So if you guys have a different version of Little Red Riding Hood, maybe you could tell us about it in the comments. Right, AJ? Yeah? Do you like that they got out safe? Yeah, me too. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed your books today. We had Chicks and Bunnies from the movie Hop. Biscuit finds a friend. What was that friend that Biscuit found, AJ?
A cute little ducky.
Cute little ducky. And we had Little Red Riding Hood, a story in which everyone survived. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope you have a happy Easter, and we will see you on Monday.